Alrighty, there we go. Cuddle up, everyone. Get yourself a nice cup of coffee or maybe a hot chocolate. It is winter. Snuggle into your blanket and get ready. Lay back on your couch and relax. Here is where the Warcraft 3 action of the day kicks off. I hope you're going to be enjoying the day, and I hope you're going to be staying with us for all the action that is to come. Our first taste here in the 2v2, a battle of regions as well. Korea versus, well, Europe and Southeast Asia, I guess, combined. Fish being from Singapore and Deathnote from Russia. LawLiet still playing random. What did he get? He got undead.
Undead indeed. I don't really know how good his undead is. I know he has, of course, fantastic night elf. His human is also very strong. His orc, I guess it's fine, but undead, I don't think I've ever seen.
I don't think I saw that either. He's going for the classic 2v2 undead opening, the fast fiend build, late DK. But dude, we have a Shadow Hunter first. For Soin? What's that?
Okay, I was thinking for a second, is LawLiet going Crypt Lord and they Beetle Snake rush them? But that's not the case.
Don't mind it. I always feel like unless you really ramp out of control with strong early game levels and items, then the Blade Master and also the Demon Hunter aren't really that good in 2v2. I feel like the more reliable heroes, if you level them, might be Shadow Hunter and TC. Could be a strong dual hero combo. It's a level 1 Shadow Harass.
With Hex.
Huh.
Okay, we'll see how that goes. There's a pendant of energy up for grabs, but if he goes too deep, he will be surrounded. Still trying to go for it. Oh, got it!
Can't let him get out. Can't let him get out. That will be a mental victory. Oh, and he gets out.
He let him out.
That feel bad.
Or good, depending on what side you're on.
Oh, the Grunt pulled the red camp. That's a bit ambitious. The big Furbolg Ursa warrior. Oof, scary looking dude. That's a great item. But they will have to wait a little bit until they get that one.
Okay, did this Shadow Hunter harass work out? It definitely slowed Deathnote down. But he's not leveling himself, so I'm a bit confused. And Fish is doing a fine job slowing LawLiet down on the opposite side.
Yeah, the DK here still 0 experience. But here comes the Shadow Hunter. Oh, that's pretty nice. The Hex, of course, in the early game, always amazing. Should easily be able to get some kills here. And another Hex. Should be the second kill. There we go. That's how the DK gets a bit of XP. Shadow Hunter is playing very sacrificially, but very effective indeed with a Hex here early. Ooh, low HP now, but should get away. And seems like our Koreans are getting a slight lead.
Oh yeah, looking fine so far. You need these headhunters in masses for the first big fight, otherwise the fiends just outscale you in damage. Not the case so far. 2 headhunters dead, still plenty of coils. Can't use that on the grunt, but the fiend is definitely safe. There we go. And tech-wise,
a player's forces are under attack.
Deathnote is really late with his tech, isn't he?
Yeah. Does look like it. He's using a lot of militia at the start to creep. Didn't even quite get the fast level 2, of course, because of the interference from the enemy Shadow. And guess what? The Shadow's at it again. This Shadow Hunter is looking really good. This is going to be the next kill for him. This is like kill 4, I believe. This level 2 DK. And now we got the all-around. That makes everything better.
Who needs creeping when you can just farm your opponent? The age-old question. But Deathnote's tech might be a little late. But if you destroy the opponent's tech by running into his base and killing his buildings, well, that helps out. As in one-on-one, classic level 2 water elemental push onto the burrows.
That is a lot of damage. It's also a lot of repair, though. Can this be saved? There's not much in terms of army to actually deal with the human forces here. TC trying to land the perfect... Oh, not Stomp, but rather Shockwave. Seems like one burrow must be falling, though, regardless. Showdown finally coming back home. He's got the Hex. Unfortunately, can't use that on water elementals.
It's unfair. You can just form this into a little cheap critter whatsoever. A lot of footmen are falling here as well. This is good levels for Soin, but Fish is coming in with a Fire Lord.
It's kind of weird that you can't turn water elementals into frogs, right? Like, human beings are 70% water.
Yep.
So frogs must be like at least 80% water. I mean, that seems like it should be close enough.
They're basically cucumbers.
I think cucumber is probably even more. Also, cucumber's not really animate, unless you're talking about Pickle Rick.
Of course, I always do. I talk about the Pit Lord. It's Mongrathon. Not as good as Ascalor, but you know, my fetish for the big bad booty daddy. And that's a nice little combo. Nice little blocker line. Howl in 2-2 should be quite insane, but it's Cleave first.
Yeah, they're gonna have great frontline. DK, Pitlord, and TC, all great tanks, especially when backed up by a Shadowhunter with Heal Wave. The one wrinkle, though, in this game so far is the Shadowhunter has, like, no levels. Couldn't creep at all yet. And this map has some decent creep cast, but it's not insane amounts. But now finally we're gonna enter a bit of a slower creeping stage at last. Time to level up. And who does that benefit? It seems like it really doesn't benefit Fish at all. He's got 2 summoner heroes. Farseer, Firelord, they should be falling off.
That's right. I mean, Incinerate's still solid AoE, but for how long? That's the question.
Bro.
Soulburn.
Incinerate is really not solid AoE. You gotta drop it.
It's amazing.
Bro, the AoE is minimal. It's like
amazing.
It's like 20 damage to 2 units when they explode.
It's great, Remo. You're right.
So
on
bad,
that.
dude. It is so bad.
It looks so good, though. That is very intimidating, and that drops the performance of your opponent by at least 10%.
That's how it works.
It's, of course, you didn't know that?
Alright. Well, if you say so, we will consider it.
DK got caught by an Ensnare for a second. But yeah, it's Creepcraft on this map. Oftentimes we go to tier 3, and that's exactly what Fish is doing, where LawLiet has already arrived, with, of course, a bit of a feed going on from Soin's side, I would assume. And then we might get the classic tier 3 destroyer timing.
Catching a statue at the back, that's quite nice. This is the most important unit in this whole army. Gonna get 1 kill, but there's a backup statue. Hall of Terror right away raining in, and so is the Cleave. Oh, level 3 DK, big level up here. Now we got the level 2 coil to heal up the Pit Lord, and healing is the name of the game. T-Wave used already, and this can be so much healing for the Koreans later, especially the Shadowhunter. Levels up to 3, maybe some mana items. It's looking good for LawLiet and Soin already, I would say.
Fish isn't ready yet. His tier 3 is still running. Now he gets the upgrades, but just 2 minutes too early. The timing's looking great. So does the Shockwave Cleave combo. Amazing AoE. Chasing the statue. That one's out of the fight. Coil saved by LawLiet. Good timing. The Decay is forced into a TP. We see the amazing Incinerate explosion when the Fiend falls. Soin can run away. Dust settles, but Fish is down the dumpster.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, and this was before the biggest upgrades for the biggest carry. Normally, if an undead is in the 2v2, he is going to be the strongest force in the late game. In this case, that's LawLiet. And he's got a Lich now, he's got the Orb now. The Tri-Hero scaling potential for him is amazing. Oh, Soin lagging. Hopefully that can fix itself.
Oh. I mean, they won the fight. That is not looking too great, though. Oh! Saved!
Claps in the chat for the reconnect. Claps in the chat for Fluxsuit the God.
Absolute freaking god. Saving yet another Warcraft tournament. That is one of the great features of War3Champions, and that is why War3Champions is the greatest platform on the planet. 28 servers and the reconnect function. Tell me another Warcraft server who can do even 5 servers. And we got 28. Yeah. Waiting for things to stabilize. Supply numbers, of course, clearly in favor of the Koreans. The hero levels are also looking good. 3 heroes. That's 3 level 3 heroes. While Deathnote only has 1 level 3 hero, that is a clear advantage.
Seems like they need something good from the red camp. Lots of possible strong items here. Potion of restoration. He also drops claws. Wow, it's just 2 items.
It is a big
resto pot is pretty good, but it's not necessarily a game winner.
Not in 2-on-2 at least, in 1-on-1 of course extremely absurd. But here we go. The Koreans feel ready, and they are. The 2 tanks far forward again. The sick AoE, and I don't think Fish and Deathnote have scrolls.
Yeah, this 2v2 combo is working out really well. This is actually a beautiful interplay. We got the aura for the fiends and the grunts. The Kodo also doing its part. The front lines, like you mentioned, amazing. We got lots of heal. I love this Shadowhunter first pick. Really cool. Nicely complementing and rounding out this army. And it's looking rough, dude. Fish went tier 3. He's got the Berserkers at least. It seems like he needs more.
Yeah, this is really hard to deal with. Like, if there was any kind of prep by Deathnote and Fish, but they obviously should be, they probably didn't know that it's gonna be LawLiet on random. And how do you even deal with that? Like, your opponent has a solid 2.5 minutes of an advantage where you can pick the strategy. And yeah, it's just Korean domination here. Boom! Fire Lord just gone, dude.
Flame extinguished. Real quick. Didn't even have time for the resto pot. I don't think he would have saved him anyways. And now LawLiet gets the next big item. It is the Spike Collar, which can be really good. You can even coil that little guy. Let's see if he can make use of that. Even without it, LawLiet can get mana burn. Let's go.
So dearly. Kodo gone, breakers up front, but all hurt. Again, no heal scroll, no time to go for the shop, who are further on the outskirts. And usually breakers are oftentimes the solution, as they are magic immune and can be so good, but TC and Pitlord alike just dealing with them.
We're cleaving and cleaving away. Seems like Soin is suffering a bit here, losing a bunch of his army, but LawLiet seems to be completely untouched, dude. He's got such strong heroes. The Fellstalker is now also part of the mix. Look how fast he is with the aura. Seems to be surviving as well. Time to pick up the pieces now. More Nova and Coil. Bit of Shockwave as well. Some cleave over the top. The MK almost goes down. Hellstone will save him. But there's no saving this game.
No, absolutely not. Supplies still look somewhat even, which is surprising. LawLiet lost a Destroyer, which is always expensive in the supply numbers. But Pitlord didn't even use a bit of mana, didn't even use the Howl. There's still a Coil, I guess. And we're cleaving away. I don't think they're saving for Fish's base.
Love the shop in the back here by Soin as well. When that thing finishes. Clarities and such. Absolutely amazing. The Fellstalker is still alive! Lasting forever! I don't know if the LawLiet knows that he can coil him. Well, you can certainly heal-wave him though. Fellstalker did his job. Farseer to be executed. Levels now on LawLiet are insane. Village also soon to get 3, I imagine. And this will not be turned around.
So the fact that the Fellstalker was alive for such a long time, would you say that there was a severe lack of Dispel?
Yeah, funnily enough, it is Deathnote himself who's got the priests. He's got the adept training.
Yeah.
But didn't manage to dispel him. I appreciate the deuce pull though. It's hard to hit that little guy though. He's so fast, dude. With the double move speed, he's zooming. Fire Lord, dead again.
Feels like Fish and Deathnote wanted to go for a timing push as the Mountain King fell, but were stopped in their tracks on the right-hand side. LawLiet and Soin figured out the timing before the tier 3 orc kicks in, and then Fish was forced into a fight without any berserker headhunters, and then it was just over. From there on out, there was no return.
That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Seems like also on Tidewater Glades, there's not much room for mistakes. If you fall behind, it seems like you're gonna get pushed pretty early on and gonna get eviscerated. The next map, which is their choice, is gonna be Shattered Exile, a much bigger map where you can get a lot more creative, perhaps even with expansions. We'll see.
Toxie says Troll Light with the Moni Naizi strat. I have no idea what that's
Okay, sure.
supposed to be. Making words up on the fly. Victor Ginas, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. 40 month of smiling at your nickname. Thank you. This is a best of 3. This means after map 1, there's always match points for one of the teams, and LawLiet and Soin, they claimed it. One step away from the grand final. Both were W3Champions once. Soin, of course, winner of season 9. LawLiet won the 2-on-2 tournament back then with Sock. New ally now, as Sock is busy in the 1-on-1, of course, for tomorrow. And we go into map number 2. It's a decision time already. It's once again LawLiet on random. Can't pick that. And now we get the mirror match that we expected, because he's human. After all.
Oh. Makes us all think of Daft Punk right away.
At least the
they've been disbanded now for years, guys. It is the unfortunate truth, but what beautiful work they did. Just as beautiful as these players are producing their work on the canvas that is the map Shattered Exile. Yeah, LawLiet rolling everything except for Night Elf so far. Didn't get his main race yet. Perhaps we'll get a treat on that if the enemy team can win here now. Take us to a third map.
So what you're saying is that if we get game 3, then LawLiet keeps rolling.
Keep rolling.
I hate Limp Bizkit. Jesus Christ, what a horrible
You hate so
band.
many things, Neo. It's exhausting.
It's exhausting? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I imagine.
It is. I'm not living an easy life, Remo, I can tell you that. All right, we got the red team, that is LawLiet and Soin on the left-hand side. In the teal, we got Deathnote and Fish facing elimination.
We saw quite a bit of expansion play on this map in the past, especially from undeads or from humans. Are we gonna see such an attempt now by one of these two? The lab is always very enticing to creep. Good experience, easy to do, no real risk. I love the little runes on this map, by the way.
Right?
It's a nice little magical touch.
I'm at the lab on the right-hand side. The one rune looks like a 7.
7.
Okay, maybe standing for the 7 deadly sins that Remo all did already.
We are all mortal sinners, Neo. We must admit to that fact and live our life righteously regardless.
Exactly.
How many of the 7 deadly sins can you name? I can't name them all either, I think.
Well, probably killing. That's probably not good.
No. Didn't you see the movie 7 with Kevin Spacey? That's about the 7 millisecond.
Oh yeah. So definitely jealousy, right?
A player's
Greed.
I don't remember jealousy.
Greed is 1. Nice to know.
I'm not sure about that either.
Of
I don't know
course,
them all.
dude.
Okay, it's definitely gluttony, sloth, pride, anger. Or is it? Yeah, I'm not sure actually.
We're
sure Ted will tell us.
uneducated swines here.
A player's forces are under attack.
That caught me off guard. You're a fine swine.
Being very piggish. It's one of my proudest achievements. Next to never getting sick from alcohol. Yo, a bit upset with a €10 donation. Thank you, says a lazy Saturday in Warcraft 3. Thank you for the games. You absolute legends. My man. Thank you very much.
Not a lazy day at all for us, but glad you can enjoy your weekend and glad you enjoy it so much that you support us to keep the engine running. Harass heavy early game, as so often in this matchup, but Deathnote once again with the clear goal in mind, distract Soin and kick his burrows.
No level 2 elementals this time. Might still be good enough. The defend here is definitely working out. Ah, lust was 1. Right. It is greed. Oh, yeah, you're right on greed, apparently.
Watermental going down. Headhunter as well. This push already seems a lot better than the one in game 1, but on the upper right hand side we have a similar picture, also with the Headhunter going down, but it's all about the burrow now.
Stressful moments in the orc bases. Even after all these years, still getting annoyed on the burrows. To be fair though, things have improved much since back then. How many hours of suffering do you think Infi alone has caused the orcs over the years?
Yeah, Infi and Sky certainly at the forefront of that metric. But then they got the concrete upgrade. Finally, for the poor burrows. But have to wait for tier 2, so these timings hit well. Nobody supply block at the moment. Everybody's waiting. Oh, potion on so inside. Everybody's waiting for the second heroes.
LawLiet really being able to put on a lot of pressure here. Looking for more kills with the defend footies. Invis Assassin was healed earlier in Shadow Meld with heal cell. That was kind of neat. Oh, Umbridge now in trouble in the north. Hex, exactly. Does he have the time to TP? Oh, just a millisplitty second. Too late. And that's a big kill.
This is what it's all about here in the mid game. And it's looking so good. Thanks to Soin's hero kill now. Of course, the Shadow Hunter of Fish not nearly as impactful as LawLiet is keeping the distance. Couple of spears. He even got the time for the kill. And then he educates himself with the town portal. Goes home safe. The footies, though, they're home alone. It's not even their home.
Like Macaulay Culkin. Better make sure the robbers don't get in.
What a beautiful movie that
Who are the
was.
robbers in this case? Footman, I guess. Trying to rob the burrow. Repair though holding strong down here for Fish. At least seems like it. Blood Mage now in the game as well. Oh, LawLiet getting hexed on the AM. Oh, the priest heal here is so good though. A little bit of healing over time will keep the AM safe. There might be more water elementals still. Are we finally cleaning up this mess? Well, Soin's main is looking now again sturdy and defended. And it's going tier 3, by the way. Quite early.
Okay then, yeah, they bought the time for this luxury that is Orc tier 3. Well, yeah, Fish still has to recover quite a bit. Water Elemental goes down. We got the next fight. LawLiet, his Archmage down to 50%, but as you mentioned, Priests are doing a fine job. And since this is basically two one-on-ones, and the Koreans should clearly be favored in the one-on-ones, It's looking like a game for LawLiet and Soin once again, and Deathnote and Fish need something to turn this around, and an expansion can always be that something.
Yeah, exactly. Good creeping here, expansion being set up, MK made to level 2 instantly, which is always what you like to see. Right now, if you look at the supply and also kind of the resources, Fish and Deathnote are looking a bit weak, but if they can get away with this expansion for a few minutes, this will change.
Well, unless there's an expansion on the other side, so let's take a look. It is the exact same play. Creep routes differ a bit as we get gold mines and mercenaries for the Fish and Deathnote army, and that looks to be a bit better when it comes to XP, but there's also the red spell in the middle for the Koreans.
Yeah, lots of experience here. Also some good siphon, by the way, for the Blood Mage. Can pop himself off a little bit, take another sip. Almost level 2 now. And we've seen how popular, for example, Flame Strike has been in 2v2. It's been quite the spectacle. That's the noun. And levels starting to look really good for Team Korea.
Also the item, Flute, wonderful. We got 3-2, also Deathnote with a Scroll of the Beast and a Subi Mask. Can't complain. Fish also with the Subi Mask. And they figured it out now. Fish is tier 3, half a tech behind, and also only now the Beastery. I think it's fair to say that LawLiet's harass was very, very impactful to the game.
And they're gonna be a little bit faster once again here with the next attack. Seems like truly momentum and initiative is on the Koreans' side. But a two-pronged attack from Fish and Deathnote. We see one attack towards the expansion and one towards the enemy orc main base. But now they're congregating. Both forces joining together. And Soin might find himself in a tough spot.
Yeah, LawLiet has no TP. He can't respond. Has to go to the shop first. This cost a few seconds of 1 versus 2, which is never ideal. Shadowhunter pretty much out of the fight. Hammer to the head, and the SH falls. All of a sudden, this is looking pretty good. Flame Strike coming in. They're only going for the heroes. Fassi in trouble as well. Of course, he used the TP to get in, so he can't use it to get out. Double kill for Fish and Deathnote. They're fighting.
Yeah, absolutely great exchange right here, but the Berserker backline for Soin is still looking strong. He is, as we like to say, playing StarCraft right now. No heroes anymore. They're starting to be rezzed. And that was a successful attack indeed. But it seems like they can't stick around too much. Gonna be zoned away by a Flame Strike again. Or will they? Double heal scroll? Maybe that gives them a second win.
Lightning shield here. There's again a lack of dispel. And we got it. Okay. Double scroll, as you said. Scroll of the Beast was used before. 50 food on Deathnote. Clearly the supply leader. Looks like he's not sharing with Fish, who's only now going for the Berserker upgrade. It was once again a fight without that upgrade. Second time in a row. So now it's up for the Koreans to recover.
MK level 3 now quite strong. He's got really good items as well. Shadowhunter was almost getting caught there by the enemy human army, but will make it safely to the rest of the gang. He's also carrying valuable aura with the flute. And now we have basically all heroes on level 3, more or less.
We also got a new sub. Thank you, Ekus11, for the Prime. We gladly take your Prime subs, of course, and the regular subs are also 20% off, so get them in, dear ladies and gentlemen. Double level 3 on Deathnote's side, 4 and 3 on Fish. Shadowhunter by Soin is clearly the liability, inches away from level 3, but desperately need that for the next fight.
What do you think at level 2? Siphon or Flame Strike? Oh, they're both so good.
Both are so good.
Blood Mage hero that scales insanely well with levels. Now we see it now. Siphon is level 2. It's only level 1 Flame Strike. It's all about sucking off the mana, apparently. Quite successful in the MK already. Quite low mana over here. And TP to the expansion from Deathnote. That means that LawLiet's kind of by himself right here against his orc opponent.
Alright, solid retreat. Can save the Blood Mage, can save everything. Oh, the Shredder by LawLiet, I think, is about to fall. Might be Soin. Unclear to me. But there's the Zeppelin to the rescue. Good harass by Fish, though.
A player's
I
force.
found the Shredder quite surprising earlier.
Dead!
Oh! Oh, in the main base! Rip Blood Mage! I don't think LawLiet can fight solo here.
I agree. Only a couple of breakers. One hero down. Triple hero on the orc side. The TC getting healed. Chain lightning. Okay, Soin is coming in. And that's the moment to get out. That poor Kodo Beast didn't stand all these spears of headhunters. And Deathnote was a little bit late to the party. Gotta retreat. Maybe stock up on scrolls again.
Alright, seems like with a couple of good engagements, Fish and Deathnote are back in a decent position. Perhaps even a bit of a lead. Supply is in their favor.
Forces are under attack.
And this isn't such an easy 2-0 as some may have been expecting.
Yeah, despite the early game, right? It looked really good after LawLiet was ravaging Fish's base, but a bit earlier expo turned it all around, and since then, Fish and Deathnote, it's their game. They are dictating the pace. Good split pushes, good distractions, good combined pushes. Very important hero kill on that Blood Mage. As you said, you don't want him to reach higher levels. But same goes for the Mountain King. No clap build, which is very interesting in a 2-on-2 as there's so many targets, but if your main target in the front line is breakers, kinda understandable.
Alright, big attack hitting now, and it's big indeed. The armies are looking absolutely enormous. LawLiet and Soin must find a way here to build a decent front line and come in for the defense. LawLiet again, left by himself. Where is Soin? Late to the party.
Uh-oh, he also doesn't have a TP. Second time this happens to the Koreans. The Zeppelin is down, and so is the Blood Mage, decapitated by Marn Thunderhorn. The Shredder is brave, he's trying to fight, but Kodo in the mix, 8-1 breaker, getting safe for a lot longer now. And LawLiet is completely falling apart, Costello let him down.
And Deathnote is able to keep his own, to hold his own way better than LawLiet on the other side. Seems like we're gonna go to a map 3 over here. LawLiet has a TP into his main, getting absolutely destroyed by Fish. And Deathnote might even be winning the fight.
That's pretty incredible. The skills on these guys. Shadowhunter on the menu now. For Soin. Can't save him. This gotta be the game. So many units in 2-on-2, but heroes still detrimental. Here's the Zeppelin on the other side. Soin's headhunters all up for grabs. We see a shockwave. All right. A hero focus. All right. But Deathnote can save himself into the zap. Mountain King getting more kills. And on the bottom right-hand side, to switch the focus, LawLiet down to 4 breakers, 2 priests. That is not much.
It really isn't. Archmage gets level 5 here. Does that help? Maybe. Water Elementals 3 are pretty good. But the MK here is, I think, running the show. MK in a 1v1 way better than the Blood Mage. I think if you go Blood Mage, you always have to stick together. You have to draw out the fights. You have to use the big Flame Strike. You have to use the Siphon Mana. In 1v1s, Blood Mage second, not good.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't help him that he got killed twice and had no progress in that time. Otherwise, Flame Strike 2 can be a great weapon in the drawn-out fights. Oh. And the Siphon is, of course, working well. Might be another spike. Yep, ping 600. I mean, that's rookie numbers, right? Last week we had a ping of 40,000. That was some proper lag. But I mean, 600 ping is almost playable.
600 ping, that sounds like Zotac Cup days.
It does.
Easy.
Thank you, Doif, for the tier 1 sub. Back to 2,000 subs. We're getting close, everybody. It would be a nice reward for us if we get 51 more subs. Then we're at the big 2K again.
So close indeed. You guys have been extremely generous already over the last 2 weekends. If we can hit 2,000 subs and $2,000 today, that would be pretty sick for the prize pool. We're fairly close to that one as well.
Well, 2K was reached yesterday, thanks to Skimitar's dono. But the 3K...
It was?
Yes, of course. We celebrate that like crazy. You drank so much you forgot all about it.
I drank nothing yesterday. I am reasonable Remo, Neo, as you clearly know by now.
Yes, everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, it was me who was a bit in the cups yesterday.
How many cups did you have last night at the concert?
5 beers I had.
5 beers? That's a lot of beers for you. I thought you switched to, like, rum and Coke at some point.
Yeah, not at a concert. Concert is beer.
Yeah, concert is beer, right? Like, for
Yeah.
some reason, concert is just beer.
And this is still 600 ping, I guess. I just
Waiting
noticed,
for
dude,
things
I got
to
a lot of toothpaste on my jogging pants. What the hell happened? It is a massacre between my legs. Oi, oi, oi. Well, it's time for the washing machine.
Like a painter's pants.
Like, seriously,
Only
dude.
it's not paint, it's toothpaste. We hope it's toothpaste anyways.
I mean, it's white, blue, and red. If it's not toothpaste, I should really check the doctor. I could smell it. Wait.
You know, a lot of people only go to the doctor when they're close to dying, so...
That's
you know,
right.
gotta
It's
be
not
careful.
good. Take care of yourself, everybody. Still high ping, eh? Or they fell asleep.
It might be later in Korea, but it's not that late yet. 10 p.m.
Easy. For most of our gamers, that's the afternoon.
I don't know if that's true anymore, bro. We're getting older.
Yeah, but when LawLiet arrived in Germany, I asked him if he's what's it called? Jet lagged and stuff. He goes, no, it's the perfect time. Usually I go to bed at 6 a.m. or even later, so I feel like a normal human now.
Worked out well for him. But I'm curious, guys in the chat, are you hardcore gamers? Do you go to bed 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m.? What time do you go to bed? I've become a normie sleeper dude, bro. I go to bed at like 10:30.
You know what? After you dealt with insomnia for so many years, that makes me really happy for you.
Yeah, dude. I don't want to jinx anything, but I'm also very, very glad that recently things have been better. Oh man. It was sucky for a long time. Right now we're feeling pretty good.
Our gamers are not feeling good. The server might have a little hiccup. It's endlessly bad, they say. Well, in the meantime, I can show you my toothpaste lag. Can you see? No? Wait. Where is it? Can you see
You know,
it
Neo
now?
used to be so flexible.
Yeah,
He could put his head, his leg behind his head.
It's
It always impressed me.
guys. And it's not only on one leg, it's on both legs. Ah! Ah! What the hell? I have no idea what happened. Sorry, guys. So much color on Neo today. That's right. Not only the pink, also the blue and the red and the white.
There is one very silver lining, though, to this toothpaste escapade. It means that when you came home before bed, when you were drunk, you still brushed your teeth, Neo.
And
Very
this
well
morning
done.
as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a
Helps a
game.
lot with a hangover, actually.
Ka-ching!
Oh, we're ready.
Okay, we are. Expo by LawLiet under fire. TC is getting caught pretty much immediately. Deathnote is holding his ground here with the 2 level 4 heroes. That TC not looking great.
Oh.
It's time for steak.
Oh. Nice little beef platter. TC hits the deck. We got level 5 CORSAIR, by the way, on Fish's side. Invis now as well. And yeah, this will be the equalizer.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Headhunters are falling in seconds. Level 3 for Fish's TC, and that's the third hero. Aye, aye, aye. Flame strike into the backline. That's sweet, but only level 1.
And this Blood Mage not quite working out that well. Maybe not the best against Orc in general. You know, with Hex, with Stomp, with Ensnare. Seems like he's having a tough time. But that means we get to see a map 3, which is precisely what we want.
Shadowhunters falling. GG! The first map of the tournament that LawLiet and Soin lose. And we go full distance. This was my big wish, my big hope for today. Long games, long series, back and forth series. That's exactly what we got.
Yeah, we certainly had too many 2-0s in our 2v2s. Finally changing now. All right, what's the map? Twisted Meadows, an old classic, even in 2v2s.
Onko22, thank you for the 9-month resub. Glad to have you back on our sub counter, mate.
All right, we got the players in. Ready to rock. This is a big match, dude. This map will determine our grand finalist team. The first one, with the second one being determined later, of course.
Did anyone expect Fish and Deathnote to go through? Did anyone expect them to survive round 1? I don't think so. Not really, right? And here they are, one step away from the grand final.
All right, we're trying to figure out the servers.
Yes, it's so weird, right? LawLiet and Soin, they are probably living very close together. Their ping is vastly different though. This can happen when you have a different ISP, different routing. And that makes it kinda hard to find a good server here for them. Mr. Remo Demo is checking all the servers here. It's still a crowd-funded event, of course. We got 37 gamers, I think. They all want to be rewarded for their performance throughout the ladder season. They all want to be rewarded for their performance here at the finals. $2,000 already across the past couple of weeks. Now 2 days left to break the 3K, everybody. Burn 1 with a gifted sub. Going to Cute Gamer Girl 69. Teehee.
Trying all the different ones, but it's looking
grim,
difficult.
Oh, we are close to a hype train, everybody. That is indeed sweet. On Thursday, you gave Remo a level 9 Hype train. That was pretty insane. Oh, okay. Central 1, no EQ. That's the call. That's the call. Race up. And then, of course, the question, what race is LawLiet gonna get? The Undead Orc combo looked really good. In Human Orc, feels like Deathnote and Fish hit a nice timing. What if LawLiet gets his main race? What would he prefer? And what's the reaction gonna be for Fish and Deathnote? This is the 2-on-2 grand final on the line. And to celebrate that, we get J-Man of 8 with another gifted sub. Awesome, you guys.
Thank you very much. Gift subs raining in during the gifting season. I'm actually really excited for Christmas. Only 1 week and 1 day away. Yippee!
Yippee. As you can imagine, I'm not as hyped as you are, but I'm very happy to see my family again and get like 2.5 days off.
How many people are going to be there at Christmas Eve for you guys?
4. 5.
Only 4? Wait,
5.
what? Aren't you 3 siblings and 2 parents?
Yeah, so it's 5.
Did you forget some of your siblings just a moment ago?
I forgot someone else. I actually forgot myself. That's, you know, I'm always thinking of others, Remo. I kind of forgot that I will be there too.
You sure will be. Is it the classic potato salad and sausages Christmas?
No. We get a big bird. It's always a different bird, so I don't know what bird it's gonna be, but we get a big bird.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of some birds, not a big fan of other birds, Neil, let me tell you. Turkey, great. Duck, amazing, if it's well made. Goose, not my dude, not my thing, not my thing.
I won't complain about goose, but it's on the lower end for me as well. But if mom said, I spent 20 hours in the kitchen to make this goose for you, oh, I won't complain.
Did I tell you, by the way, what happened last Christmas?
Do I want to know?
It's not that big of a deal. We had goose last Christmas. It's kind of rare. Normally it's mostly turkey, sometimes duck. Anyways, this time it was goose and we didn't like it. And I can tell you why. On Christmas Eve, on the day I drove south to my family, and on the day I was hanging out with Ardit, good friend of mine, and he's from Albania, and he's strictly speaking Muslim, although, you know, he's not religious. And they had nothing to do. And he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go home, I'm just gonna watch TV. And like, bro, come on, join us. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. Had to convince him a little bit, but anyways, in the end, he came with us. Came south with me to my family, and we had Christmas dinner and everything. So everything was going normal until then. And of course, a lot of drinking was involved that evening. And we kept eating. At some point, Art was feeling a little bit sick. And he was saying, oh man, I think I have to go outside. I'm not feeling well. And we've all had something to drink by then. And of course, I enjoyed this immensely. I was making fun of him non-stop. So much so that we went outside into the yard where Ardit was leaning over into the bushes and had to vomit, which I found hilarious. And when he was vomiting, I was emulating that vomit sound, you know, the I don't want to be too gross here. But in doing so, I provoked my own body into suddenly also vomiting. So it turned out that we were standing there next to each other, vomiting into the hedges, which is how we enjoyed our Christmas Eve.
What can I possibly say? Like, what is there? This is the deciding map for the 2-on-2 grand final, by the way. A lot of harass going on. Remo Demo, one of a kind, I guess. So what do we got? We got a Blade Master on Fish's side for the first time in this series. We got LawLiet as human again. With good items. 2 good items, actually, as there is a flute on Soin. Double aura for the Koreans.
That is a good start. Blade Master or Farseer. Who's going to be looking superior? If we go very late, this could be a strong Blade Master game if he gets the right items. But Twisted Meadows oftentimes sees 2 duels going on with the map being split between the 4 players. Yo, Better with a gifted sub as well. Thank you.
Awesome, you guys. Gifting season. La 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 la. Disproved by hell with a €5 Patreon. Na 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 na. That Blade Master is tearing the backline apart. Is also very hurt though and revealed. But he's a quick boy. Rushing home. There's no shop and no potion though available.
Pretty big army over here for LawLiet and Soin. Lots of headhunters as well. Fish and Deathnote have to work together, but their force just seems, I don't know, much weaker right now.
A player's forces are under attack.
Still have to think about your story. And you call yourself...
Dude, I'm thinking about the guy from yesterday, do you remember? Yesterday we had a donation coming in, I think early in the day, and he asked me for a story time, and I couldn't really think of one of my top of my head.
Are.
I hope he tuned in today, or maybe the YouTube channel, because well, that was a fitting story.
Yeah, this was
A very Christmassy story, wasn't it?
Yes, of course, Mr. Righteous. We got a Mountain King here on the right-hand side coming in for Deathnote, so he's not changing anything up. The hero focus worked well on map 2. And it shall work well on map 3 again. But they're under a lot of pressure right now. Blade Master gotta relieve them a little. Just like you relieve
Boots of
yourself
speed,
on
bro.
Christmas.
Boots of speed on a blade. What year is this? Are we in 2009?
Well, certainly looks like it. 78 crit, not too impressive, but very low damage uptime on the Headhunters as they gotta run.
Run, baby, run! Oh, the reveal. Oh, I didn't clip the blade. Man, that was so close. Blade undetected still. Archmage. Oh, almost surrounded. Lots of pressure here from the Koreans. So far, Deathnote and Fish are just barely clinging on.
Okay. How can they buy time for themselves here? We talked about it. Usually it's always a one-on-one on Twisted with split pushes and pendulum attacks. But not here. We meet up and we brawl.
Master out of the shadows again, has nicely healed. He is almost surrounded, but he's got a TP. He seems to be safe. The Shadowhunter heal wave here is also working well. And now, Deathnote and Fish are striking back, gathering experience, which they seem to desperately need. They still don't have a level 3 hero.
That is, of course, painful. Hero focus, there we go. Hex comes in, blocked by a footman. Mountain King in trouble and dead. What a nice combo. Uh-oh, Blade Master next on the menu. Or is it? Not revealed here, but okay. If the Blade Master isn't available, let's go for the AM. Oh, Stormbolt! That's a double kill right there. Both of Deathnote's heroes gone. And both Koreans with 1 lack in the grand final.
Yeah, that was great disable layering right there. Hex ending just perfectly in time as the Stormbolt came in. Such a long disable, really hard to deal with if you don't have the Dispel. And now, Team Korea looking very strong. Could even reinforce with more. We got a Kodo coming in from the main for Soin. He made it to tier 3. We're gonna have tier 3 upgrades. And Team Korea will not be denied, it seems.
Holy moly. What a performance by LawLiet and Soin here on map 3. Don't feel the pressure. Don't lose momentum after the lost game 2. Just dominating.
Blade just got the level 3. Can that change something? Couple of crits? Maybe. Going for a surround here on the MK. He's naked. Hard to save this hero. Trying to fight out, but die he must. Hex can't save him. Last stand for Deathnote and Fish right here.
They got a way bigger crit now. That helps, of course. Very hero-focus-centric game this is. Atypical for 2-2. Comes out of a Hex, 126. Man, he's just critting away. This Blade Master might save the game.
Going for the Archmage next. Ensnare, Windwalk, right clicks. Nice Hex to counter, but instant dispel against it as well. AM gets out, and this hero focus doesn't quite work. Walker kill, Shadow 2. Would love to see a shop here for the Korean team. Bring a peon, build a shop, win the game, maybe.
Well, I'd love to see a shop on Deathnote side. He's trying to erect it 3 times already, always shut down. No clarities, no potions, nothing's available, and Deathnote is down to 24 food. That is pretty much nothing. Wasn't macroing properly, and hero focus again. Dispel on the Blade Master, and that's the way home. But the Shadow, uh-oh, what are you doing there, buddy? 3rd hero kill for LawLiet and Soin, and they're not done yet.
Level 4 already. He's been leveling like crazy. Priests around! Oh my god! The clerics are coming in!
Oh, Dispel on top! How ironic.
LawLiet proving that he can surround after all.
What are you talking about? Guy's a god.
God who lost to Kaho to the 3. 15 to him, boy, baby. We didn't forget.
No. I don't know what you're talking about. Dude, Deathnote, 1 unit after the next is just gonna go down. Shockwave, nice to see. And yeah, I mean, Fish is holding his ground to a degree. Supply numbers are looking fine. Army is kind of big. Shadowhunter is severely underleveled though. But Deathnote, he has nothing to offer in this game. No levels, no army, no tech, no expo. It's as if Fish is playing alone.
And he's facing 2 very strong opponents. Shadowhunter almost calling a surround there as well. Dude, the target fire from this berserk is pretty sick. They don't even have upgrades yet, but the upgrades will be coming soon. Everything just dies. Everything that runs into the front just seems to die. Blade Master has evaded death pretty well so far. We'll see if that keeps holding. Level 2 MK now as well. And this just looks like a terrifying army right here.
Yeah, after the early game, this was kind of clear that it would look that way. Mountain King bites the dust again. GG by Fish. And that is game, LawLiet and Soin in the grand final.
They were expected to do it, and they manage the expectations. And there we are. LawLiet, Soin, our first 2v2 grand finalists. And we're going to be determining who joins them next. Starbuck and Pato, the 2v2 team against Sheik and Bizarre.